Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Aries, the Emperor here. I am back with another general reading for all of my Aries collective. If you guys are new here, welcome. Hit that like and subscribe button so that you'll be notified when I upload or go live. And a special thank you to all of you guys who do support the channel consistently. Like, subscribe, comment, share, donate, book personal reading, shop the website. To those of you who purchase from my Amazon wish list, if you have purchased readings or candles, I am working to get those out to you guys. If you'd like to connect with me, all of my information is in the description box located down below. Okay. All right. So how's everybody doing today? All right. We rocking and we rolling. To say the least. Sun in Virgo at this time, moon in Leo. So a little bit of a lightening of the mood is kind of the energy that we should be kind of segueing into. It may be like drops of lightness, not just completely in the clear. Let me just say that. But for the most part, cherish those happy moments. I'm really getting like an energy as well. This may not resonate with everybody, but Leo energy is really about fun and trying to find the fun in something. So there may come an opportunity, or there may come where you're wanting to revert back to something that may make you feel like it was a happy moment or happy times with someone, or when you were doing something. It may be pulling you to or gravitating you towards things that would, whether it's actual light or an illusion of the light, if that makes sense. All right, so just be careful as far as to which light you are following. All right, the dark one or the light one. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what messages come out for you in the spread. All right, Aries, 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 baby. Not a day goes by that I can't live without my Aries. Okay. Okay, it's too far. It's too far. If I try and knock, if I try and grab that deck, I'm gonna knock an entire shelf of cards over. So, yeah, no. So we're gonna jump into the spread and see what messages come out for you guys. And I'm getting ready. I'm gearing up to upload another short for you guys. So just stay tuned. All right, we're going to jump into the next segment of Aries and who in the Zodiac as far as spiciest connections, okay? All right, Spirit, messages for Aries. Gambler. This is a gambler's world that we live in. It really is. Just think about it. Being born, like it's a lottery to start, right? Are you the sperm that's gonna make it? All right. Okay, starting from there, right? And then you come into this world, and that itself is a gamble. What type of family are you going to be born into? You know what I mean? Like what type of environment and setup are you going to have? And then not only that, is yeah, what type of friends are you going to choose when you're finally able, you start elementary and then middle school, just think about it. Life is entire, even down to who you marry, what career you choose. You know what I'm saying? Life is really a gamble all the way up until the end. We just borrowing time. We sitting at the table and we gambling like a motherfucker, just borrowing time, like borrowing currency. But who's our loan shark at the end? All right, gambler, risk taker, taker of fate, speculation, addiction, debt, fortune. And it's crazy because, like I just said, like, it's just, for example, you could be born into poverty, but you could, um, die somebody who's wealthy and or somebody who grew up and did it right and broke that generational curse, if that is something in your family, that has, stricken your family maybe through generations. And not just that, you could also be born into this world with a silver spoon in your mouth and leave out of this world with absolutely nothing and nothing to leave anybody behind. You know what I mean? So it's you could be somebody today and nobody tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I don't care how old or how young you are, right? It's the energy is energy. It has nothing to do with how old you are. You know what I mean? Is when you open up that door, it all depends on what breeze and what smack of wind is gonna smack your ass. Okay? And you better hope that it's on a nice sunny day that you get smacked. Because one way or another, you're going to get that ass tapped in this world. Gambling and losing all of it, that's the sickest feeling in the world. Somebody could be feeling that way. Somebody could feel like they gambled you. They played and they walked away empty-handed. Okay. I have a decision to make. My battery's low. Give me 1 second, y'all. One second, y'all. There we go. Okay. My bad, y'all. Ooh, okay. So it was about to go dead on me. And all right, we're back in the clear. All right, so we have influencer to also come out. So, trendsetter, content creator, follower, online influence. You know, some of you guys really have the ability, the gift of gab. You know, just you people really underestimate the power of their voice and the power of the tongue. You know, and just the way that they're able to put words together. You know, and it sound just as poetic. You know, it's as if someone is reading a poem. You know, and I mean it's just words that you've drawn up together. You know, within yourself, within your mind. Um, like I mentioned with the gambler, life itself being a gamble, and someone realizing, you know, they thought that they had the winning numbers in something here, and not realizing that, you know, you were the real pick. You know what I mean? You are the real influence, when it all boils down to it. You're like the person that, you know, even though you may not be the person in front of the camera or the one getting all the attention, you are able to still be in the light of a situation and be happy for others and still critique them and congratulate them all at the same time. And the most important thing you're able to do is contribute, you know, especially with little small details that could help somebody, even if they shine, and they help them shine just a little bit brighter. You know, and I feel like people they take those things for granted. You know, it's a lot of things that we're great in, and there are going to be a lot of things that we're weak in. And that's where, you know, when we connect with people, we not only just connect with them like that lottery goes. You know, you want to try and make the best pick that you're able to with the knowledge that you have gained thus far, you know, in this life. That itself is influence. You showing up, even if you don't want to show up. You know, people gonna know some of your business, you know, or they're gonna speculate. But regardless of what they know or what they think they know, like I said here, you know, you're not living for nobody else but you. You know, and that's what you're gonna show up, and that's what they gonna see, and that alone, regardless of what anybody else has tried to say about you or what picture they tried to paint about you, what you show up as is you. You know what I mean? And like I said, that alone is influence. That makes people reflect on themselves, you know, and either stay far away from you because they know for a fact that you are not with the fakeness, or they too, you know, or B, try and get like you know, or respect you for not, or have not just respect for you, respect for themselves. But not only that, you know, not going off of what somebody else told them, but in all actuality what they see in front of their face. You know, and I feel like you like that wind that I mentioned earlier. When you open the door, it's going to smack you one way or another. And I feel like you really smack people in their face when you show up in your best light. We have the traveler. That shows people like, now I see. I really see. You know, you are that Aries, the seer and the feeler. And the traveler, aka the fool, right? Seeker of horizons, adventurer, experience, long journey. You could be someone with Sagittarius placements aspected in your natal chart. We have journalist. I could see a lot of you guys out there aspiring to be journalists, or not even, you know, going to school for it. Just something that you do at heart. You know, I sit on YouTube all the time, and I watch I ain't gonna say all the YouTube, but there's a lot of, they call them YouTube journalists, but baby, they be coming with more facts than the actual cable networks. You know what I mean? And they be on the scene, you know, and it's raw, it's uncut. You know what I mean? So if especially for all the content creators out there, and let me say this now, since it popped up in my mind, you know, the way that things are going for those of you who are wanting to create and build a platform, you know, this is the time to do that. this is that open window. If you've been watching me, the past 2 years at least, last year especially, I've been speaking a lot as far as the planetary placements and transits that we are living through right now, and that window opening up. And not only that, you guys can see the world shifting right along with that. So it's definitely real. You know what I mean? If you just pay attention and put two and two together, right? But at the same time, it's don't give up on yourself. There's a market for you and what it is that you're doing. And most importantly, before you dive deep into something, figure out who you are and your purpose and what line of work and what line of road that you're supposed to really follow down. And that alone, even when you get lost in certain times where business may not be where you want it to be, at least you can go back to who you are at the core, and that alone will stand as a foundation for you. Introspection, man, or introspect is going within and remembering who you are, what you've done, and if it ain't broke you thus far, so don't even think about letting it break you to come, going forward, right? We travelers. So every trip I'm sure you've gone on has not been the best trip, right? I'm sure it's some places and that you'd be like, I'll never stay here again, or I'll never visit here again, I'll never eat here again type energy. But it's a journey, man. And that's what we really here to be paying attention to be really living through. All right, we have Mother, aka Mother Earth. All right, just like them planets is traveling, we traveling too, just in that energy and in this Sims AI simulated world that we, humanated world that we live in, right? That's how I be looking at things like, man, we the Sims for real. All right, okay, we have Mother, selfless love, nurturer, source of life, maternal patience, and comforter. All right, let's get into it. Let's pull some tarot. You guys, it's probably not new to some of you guys, but I love refreshers. And Starbucks had some of my favorite refreshers, but I was like, I'm going to sit at home and I'm going to try and make one myself. So I went and bought watermelon juice, and then I bought fresh lemon. And I, of course, pour your watermelon juice and then slice up some fresh lemon and squeeze in as much as you need to your liking. Oh my gosh. You talking about refresher. Whew. I stocked up on it, and baby, let me just say, I've probably been over drinking it, but it's the best combination I've ever had. Or at least one of them. I love sweet tea and lemonade. That's my favorite. I love strawberry lemonade. But now, this watermelon juice with the lemon, fresh lemon, got me in a chokehold. Try it. If you've tried it already, drop down in the comments. If you do try it, then come back and let me know. All right, messages for Aries. That might be significant. Lemons, like somebody might be sour right now, Aries. At first they're sweet, and then they're sour. You know that candy? Yeah. All right, messages for Aries, Spirit. All right, Two of Wands, Aries energy. There's that traveling energy. Could someone be traveling with you here soon to come, Aries, throughout life? The ups, the downs, the good, the bad? Or could this just be you traveling into something else? Like I said, we just had the lunar eclipse, and now we're going to portal right into a solar eclipse. So this Two of Wands energy gives me like a time traveler type energy, just whether you're this is something that you're in your dreams doing, is it's just like taking you through or taking you back, and you remembering certain things, and not only that, bringing you up until this moment and showing you a glimpse of what's to come in the future. Some of you guys, I feel like, have already dreamed this, or you already have these visions or just these snapshots randomly, and you're just, wondering or confused, but it just may just feel so real within inside of you. It just may be something that just it after it happens, it stays on your mind, and there may be certain hints, and there may be certain things in those visions or those dreams or snapshots, that you're already kind of thinking of doing right now in this time period, like in the present. And that's just like kind of messages, or just kind of dropping you like little gems or breadcrumbs to kind of let you know, like, hey, you may need to, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to tell you something here, because the Two of Wands is someone who is planning something for the next, like whatever is up ahead. It's getting in preparation for something, it's planning for something, like something is up ahead, you're about to get into something, whether you know what it is or not. But it's also just something even bigger, letting you know that this may be the time, and just always for you to prepare, stay ready. You ain't never got to get ready, is what somebody once told me. And that's what Two of Wands energy is, Aries. Especially when you're on track, you're always ready and more prepared, a lot of times than you need to be. And honestly, that's the way to be, very punctual for you, because when you do that, and you like I said, you are consistent and you do have your routine down packed, like you ain't nothing to fuck with. And that's what the Two of Wands energy is. It's like, this ain't what you want, this what you've been missing. You know what I mean? Ace of Wands energy. Seek, build, create, trend set, content create. You know what I mean? Take a risk. Promotions, interviews, new horizons. Queen of Swords, Gemini energy. Big talks and networking and talks of putting you in network television, or in motion picture movies, or like I said here, in Netflix, or just anything, the next big streamer, or whatever it is that you're wanting to put yourself out there and do. All right, we have the Six of Cups, Scorpio energy. See, this is like an energy where people are like so sadly mistaken, like, oh, Aries needs someone to hold their hand, or you know what I mean? And then it's just like you burst out with all this creative juices, and just like they end up needing the help. You get done, you finished before they can even think of an idea to get started, is what this Queen of Swords energy is. You've already thought of this, came up with it, and ready to invite them over to show them how to do it, if they're open to it. Okay, it's what the Queen of Swords energy is. It's no joke. You know what I mean? But it's, when I say no joke, I mean, I'm willing to teach you, I'm willing to nurture you, I'm willing to be there for you, but don't fuck this up. Okay, it reverts back to that gambler energy. And that Six of Cups here, it's like, which side do you want? You want this to end as far as good memories or bad memories? And sadly, a lot of people have had to go sit down, like I said, with their losses because they chose bad memories. With the Three of Wands here, Sagittarius energy. All right, we have the Four of Cups. Cancer energy. The Five of Swords, Aquarius energy. You know, I feel like people would like to act like, and then we have the Five of Wands come out in reverse. People would like to act like they have a problem with you. People would like to act like they don't want to be invited or sit at your table. Um, People would like to act like, they're not stuck on you. People would like to act like they're not interested in you. People would like to act like they don't miss you. People don't act like that you were right for some of the things that you said, and being hard on them, and not settling, and not being a yes man, and people feel away because maybe they shitted on your plans, and now they're feeling really shitty about it. You know what I mean? So either way it goes, you're still the Ace of Pentacles. Either way it goes, your star is still on cue to rise and shine. Nine of Cups. Can't make this up. Nine of Cups. Wish fulfilled. You gonna get your desires. All right, what did I just say? You still are the Ace of Pentacles. You still are that star. You still on cue to rise and shine, baby. Nine of Cups. Dressing room full of flowers, baby. It's all you, Aries. You know how, like, when you backstage, you got your dressing room. You ever see, like, on the movies, and you see their dressing room. The star has all these different, like, gifts and flowers and stuff. People have sent them, like, break a leg, someone Aries, so and so great, congrats, or I'm proud of you, or just whatever. Like that, like that's the type of energy that I'm saying here. But you deserve, Aries. Dressing room full of flowers, baby. And maybe a bottle of rose. Okay, a bottle of Ace. What they drinking now? Ace of Spades. I don't know. Okay, we have the Hanged Man. Pisces energy. The Queen of Pentacles. The Ten of Swords. Gemini energy. The Eight of Pentacles. Virgo energy. And let's get one more, Spirit. Didn't mean that many, but there we go. Four of Swords. Gemini energy. And it burns like a burning ring of fire. The Emperor. Aries energy is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. Would you look up there? The King of Wands is underneath there. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. It's like fire. Fire. All right. That's what I'm getting. Oh my God. And the Magician just fell, y'all. Ooh. Having a moment. All right. Eight of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Four of Swords. Gemini energy. I don't know why I'm just getting these songs like work, 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 work. You see me, work, 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 work. And this, I see it paying off, 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 off. Like for real, Aries. The Eight of Pentacles. The Hanged right. It's like, yeah, I got my mind right. Like Kanye said, wait till I get my money right. Is what the Hanged Man is. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace. It's what this Hangman energy is giving me, I swear. And then this Gemini energy to follow with the Queen of Pentacles that's sitting on it. That's stacking and stacking. I'm sitting on it and it's still stacking. Okay. All right. That's what that energy is. The Ten of Swords is, yeah, you can hate me now. But I won't stop now. Until you put to rest. End the story. Yikes. The Magician, like I said, Aries energy, the Emperor, Aries energy, the King of Wands, Leo energy. This nothing but fire. The Strength card is right underneath that. More Leo energy. I didn't even know all these fire cards was back here. Oh my God. Fire. Good God. Aries, you are quite the explosive one. Urzuli Dantor. Etheric chords. All right, this is your goddess card. I feel like this is an energy of etheric chords. You know, just think about chords. What do chords do? You know, you plug them in to a source and they power whatever device that you are needing at that time. You know what I mean? And for you to soak in, whether it's, for example, this ring light that I'm using. You know, it's plugged into an even bigger source, but that bigger source is blood, that energy, those thoughts, that magic, that strength, that comfort. All of that is running from that source through that cord. You know, it's like a baby in a mother's womb. You know, and through that cord, you know, nutrients and everything that is vital for that baby to make it here in this outside world is what you, the source, are feeding it. So imagine that power. Okay. And that power never goes anywhere. You carry that on when you come out here. So don't ever feel like you don't have no power. Okay? And the people that's trying to take power from you, they didn't give it to you to begin with. So who the fuck are they? And all you need to know is you connected to a source that's way bigger, way higher, more powerful, more all-seeing. than any of us could ever come together as one and even try to put together. So just know that you are power, and power is within you, and you are cut from that same etheric bloodline, Aries. Royal just like you. And look at the crowns. Isn't that beautiful? All right, y'all. I'm finna leave this reading here. Hit that like and subscribe button for more messages from me. And like I said, I'm gonna get that short out 35:05 on the timer. I'm gonna get that uploaded. I'm gonna try and stay up late tonight because I got a few more things that I need to work on this evening. So I'm gonna try and stay up late and get that out for you guys. So stay tuned. And my members, I haven't forgotten about you guys either. I haven't forgotten about you. So you guys are next up on my list. Okay. All right. Mwah. Ciao. I love you guys.